Hello, welcome to another video. I'm just starting the preparations for going to the Retrofest UK event on Saturday the 31st of May and Sunday the 1st of June. This is slightly different to normal because basically this is not quite retro computing, but almost. So today on the bench I've got the very first digital control system for model railways, the Hornby Zero. Interesting unit. I can put a link down below on the GCC wiki about the information about it. But basically, it's a custom Texas Instruments 4-bit microcontroller in here, and it then uses 50 hertz square wave modified to give a digital signal to onto the track, and then you have chips that you fit into the locomotive. Focus again into the locomotive. You just on the Hornby locos, you just use the very hard to get this camera to focus. So basically, you just plug it in. On the end of the chip, you've got a number of pads which you can use to program what the address is. You can have from 1 to 16, obviously 4 bits. Anyway, the main unit is my original one from about 1980. Works fine. For the festival, I was going to demonstrate all the whole system, including the expansion units, such as the slave unit here and the handheld slave unit. Unfortunately, the connector on here, the edge connector, has broken away, and so I'm going to have to try and fix it, and that's what this video is going to be about. Unfortunately, Hornby, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make it not really maintainable or repairable by riveting the case. So the first thing I've got to do is take this outside and get a drill and drill out those rivets. So I've drilled the rivets out. Hopefully I can get this open now. Assuming that the drilling hasn't melted the plastic together, so I can't free it. Ah, there you go. Right, that's quite tricky. Looks like the PCB is broken. And this is going to be a difficult one. Basically, the PCB has completely snapped. At least there are some nice traces there, so at least it might be possible to fix. So let's get this out. Actually, I'll switch to the bench camera. Get that out of the way. Move that out a bit. As you can see here, it's going to be difficult because the wires are basically soldered to components on the top case. It's not going to be easy to do. Can't see there. Just got a hand away. Screws out the way. Right. Let's have a look at this. There's a single-sided board, which is probably helpful because then I can look at gluing something across between there and there, but there's not that much space. But it shouldn't be too tricky to glue that. And then it's a case of bodge wires, really. Right, let me go and have a think about how I'm going to do this. So the first thing it needs doing is desoldering the wires. I've already taken a photo to make sure that I know where things are going. Then I can clean the board and see if I can get something to bridge the gap, and then I can use some epoxy resin, hopefully epoxy that on first, and then afterwards I can look at doing some bodge wires on the back side, and yeah, well, then I can probably put some more epoxy on that side as well, just for strength. Right, is the echo up? Yeah, echo's up to temperature now. So let's take a better look at this. So it's quite a clean break, and so it's got quite a diagonal to it, so it should if I can get it to, there we go. So there's quite a long overlap there, so it should be relatively easy. Oh, come on, autofocus. Should be relatively good to epoxy. I'll clean it first. Right. So yeah, I'll just get some epoxy. Oh, what I'll do first is actually find something I can bridge that, and should have some small bit of sandpaper around here, just to actually, what I might do is super glue this, then epoxy a strengthener on top. I should have a piece of sandpaper around here somewhere. If not, I'll have to find one. So let's get the super glue on the go. Not working like that. It's got to have to be on directly on here. No, it won't work like that because of the components. I'm gonna have to hold it. Anyway. Okay, so that super glued itself. Let's just over that. It's not there. Go back together. And something that doesn't matter. Right. Well, this seems to have come on quite nicely, actually. I may even be able to just bridge those with solder. Maybe. I'll still strengthen it by epoxying something on the top. So let's have a look, see if I can solder over the top. Okay, these. No, it's not flowing across the gap. Oh my. The gap on that one is just too large. Right, let's get a piece of wire. I found, sorry, wrong camera. I found these strange wire strippers are actually quite good for this gauge of wire, because the other strippers are not very good with very fine wire. Let's move that out of the way. Yeah, good. Okay, those are all connected. Hopefully that there won't be a problem for the standoff on the case. Won't come out too badly. As I say, I will epoxy something on the top there to strengthen it, because there's going to be quite a bit of loading on that. Come on, focus. It's all right. Yeah. Where did I put that? Well, that goes into another edge connector, which then is a double edge connector. Oh, there it is. So basically the PCB goes into here, like that, and the board sits like that, and then that pokes out the side of the case, and the edge connector from the other unit slides into that. Like that. So anyway, I'll go and get some epoxy resin and find something to bridge over here. Right. Put these three bits of 3D printing over the top as strengthener. Make sure I don't go over the holes. The screws. Wonder what went on there. Something on the PC. Right. A bit more epoxy on the top here. Basically encasing the PLA inside the epoxy. That should do. Hopefully that should give enough strength. Right, even though the epoxy hasn't fully cured, I think I should be able to put the wires back on. I need the picture I took right. Now I have that as a reference. Should be able to put the wires back in. So what's the order? Red, white, put these out of the way. So red, white, green, brown. It's annoying that they made the wires so short. Right. So red first. Put that in there. It's going to be a bit cack-handed, but that's the first one. And that's those wires done. Now for the switch wires. Doesn't actually matter which way around these go. see if I can bring that around. That's better. I can get to it better now. Good. They're all right. They'll do. Not great. Let's see if I can. Clean these up a bit. That's better. Right, I've just got to wait for the epoxy to finish to cure properly now. But that's still able to come off. Right, what's the time? About time for lunch. The epoxy's dried, cured well enough now. Still a bit tacky, so I'll put some nylon washers. Oops, they've all gone everywhere. Let's put some nylon washers where so the screws don't stick to the epoxy. It'll also help spread the load a bit. So let's put those back in there. I've also put a couple of washers to raise the circuit board up a bit, because when when I looked through the hole, the circuit board was actually a bit low relative to the slot on the master unit, so that's probably one of the reasons why it broke in the first place. So let's see about putting this back. This is going to be tricky because the wires are so short. Let's rotate that all around like that, and keep that in mind. Put the first screw in, that should help. Relatively difficult to do this and film at the same time. Okay. Get the second screw in, that should locate it correctly. Right. First, trying to get the washer in. There we go. Come on, go in. Right, let's get the top back on. Oh, got it the wrong way around. Go that way around. Be careful there. It aligns reasonably well now, and I didn't actually need to take the regulator control off anyway in the end. Right, let's clear some space, put the master unit back in, and see if we can plug this in. Right, the moment of truth, does this slot in? Seems to. Let's switch on. We have power. Let's see if I can control the loco. Oh, let's move that in a bit so we can actually see. Right. I'll go on a rolling road at the moment, but let's see if it moves. Right. It works from that controller, so and it works from the other one. So that's a fix then. Oh, that was relatively easy. Just had to fix that board. Superglue worked very well this time on the Paxlin PCB. I've had variable results with plastics in the past, but yeah, it seems that everything's working now, and I can start getting ready, like designing and building baseboards for the coming exhibition in Swindon. Unfortunately, I've got a holiday in the meantime, so I'm not going to have much time to actually do all the woodwork. Anyway, that's for another time, and yes, well, see you next time.